What's up guys, my name is Devin, also known as FBE, and welcome back to another episode of Footballrs. In today's video, we're going to bring you guys another episode of what players wear on the field, and as you guys saw by the thumbnail and the title of this video, we are going to be doing Odell Beckham Jr. For the last 6 to 7 years, OBJ has been widely regarded as the swaggiest player in the NFL and probably all of sports. Every single week, OBJ brings equipment heat. He wears different pairs of cleats, gloves, and is just overall a trendsetter. Guys everywhere try to model their looks after him, and he is easily the unanimous swag king of the NFL. You guys have been blowing up our comments. You're like, do OBJ, OBJ, do OBJ. You guys can see all of the insane comments. Thank you guys so much for all the support on these videos. If there's some player that you guys want to see in the next video, do me a favor and comment them below. We've got a couple names we're thinking about doing, but definitely comment who you guys want to see next. If you guys are new to this series or just need kind of a reminder of what we do in these videos, what we do is we take a player, as you guys saw, this one's going to be about Odell Beckham Jr., and we talk about their gear head to toe. So we're talking helmets, visors, face masks, shoulder pads, cleats, gloves, you name it, anything OBJ wears on the field on game day, we're going to cover in this video. We're going to give you guys all the information that we can find. I'm going to tell you guys why he wears it, the colorways he wears it in, and where you guys can even purchase this gear for yourself. With that being said, let's kick things off at his head with his football helmet. So OBJ, even in 2021, he is still wearing the Riddell Revo Speed. Obviously, this is an older style helmet. OBJ has been rocking it since his days in LSU back in 2011, so that's 10 years ago, and he's still wearing the same helmet. Just because this helmet is a little bit older does not mean that it is a bad helmet. This is still one of the most popular helmets in the NFL. Obviously, it's not going to be as popular as the Speedflex or the F7, but as far as older model helmets goes, this one is probably the most popular. So one of the key factors that makes this helmet still popular even in today's game is the low weight. This helmet weighs in at 3.7 pounds, which is incredibly light. In case you guys didn't know, the Speedflex is hovers around 5 pounds, so 3.7 pounds is super duper light for a football helmet. Also, despite its age, this helmet is still a 5-star rated helmet by the Virginia Tech Helmet Rating Scale. Also, in my opinion, the Speed is one of the best looking helmets of all time, and it is definitely part of OBJ's iconic look. So for all you guys in my Instagram comments saying, yo, OBJ, switch to the Speedflex, please switch to the Speedflex. No, I don't want to see OBJ switch helmets. I think this is part of his iconic look. It looks amazing, it's lightweight, and it clearly works pretty well for him. If you guys are interested in getting your own Riddell Speed like OBJ, Riddell has them on their website for 320 bucks. It will be linked below. Also, just for you guys information, all the products you guys see in this video will be linked below, so you guys can directly shop OBJ's football equipment locker right there in the description. Next thing we're going to talk about is OBJ's custom face mask, which is going to be the CU-S2BD-SW OBJ face mask. The OBJ face mask is a face mask custom made and popularized by OBJ himself. This face mask has an aggressive look and streams really well with the rest of the Speedflex, and it also offers a wide range of visibility because those bars are so far back and jagged. Players can see really well out of the peripheral vision and of course their straightforward vision. This is just another key part of OBJ's iconic look that he's worn with the Giants, the Browns, and now the LA Rams. If you guys do want to purchase the CU-S2BD-SW OBJ face mask, our good friends at Green Gridiron have it for $150. So check it out, linked below. If you guys do want this face mask, you got to get it quick because it is discontinued, but they do have a couple in stock on their website right now. Now we're going to keep talking about his helmet setup, and we're going to talk visors. The first visor we're going to talk about is OBJ's Oakley Prizm Sapphire visor. As I've mentioned in previous videos, it can be a little bit tough to identify specific visor tints, but I'm pretty sure this one in the photos you guys are seeing right now is the Oakley Prizm Sapphire. This is a beautiful blue colorway that flows seamlessly with the Rams uniform, and OBJ has worn it in pregame and practice. OBJ cannot wear this visor in game because of the NFL's strict visor policy, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did end up wearing it because OBJ is pretty prone to breaking the NFL equipment rules. Also, something kind of weird to note is that OBJ still uses the Under Armour unbranded visor clips, but he flips them upside down. It's a little bit unorthodox and you don't see a lot of guys do it, but I think he does it so the bottom of the visor sits more flush with his custom face mask. Some people absolutely hate how it looks, but I think it looks pretty cool and it's super unique to OBJ. If you guys want to purchase the Oakley Prizm Blue Sapphire visor, Green Gridiron has it for $90 on their website, linked below. Next visor we're going to talk about is the one he's worn in some games this year, and that's going to be the Oakley 20% tinted visor. Like I mentioned before with the Blue Sapphire visor, it can be really difficult to identify specific tints, but I'm pretty sure that this is Oakley's 20% tint. This is the darkest visor from Oakley. What that 20% means is that only 20% of the light is actually coming through the visor and reaching OBJ's eyes, and that 80% is getting blocked out. OBJ has somehow been wearing this visor in game, and I have no idea how he even tracks at football, but obviously he makes it work. Also, technically tinted visors in the NFL are illegal. Some players can get away with it if they have a doctor's note. Real or not, I don't know. But either way, OBJ's been rocking it and it looks pretty good. If you guys want to get one of these Oakley 20% tinted visors, our good friends again over at Green Gridiron have them for $60. Now continuing to talk about his helmet setup, we're going to talk about his chin strap. OBJ wears the Sportstar, Victory, T-Rex Hurricane, Chinstrap. So Sportstar is obviously the brand. The word victory refers to the model and shape of the actual cup. And then T-Rex Hurricane refers to the actual medical grade foam that they have on the inside of their chin strap. So not only are these chin straps proven to absorb more contact than the stock chin strap that comes on your helmet, they also look absolutely incredible. OBJ's version is all white with Sportstar stainless steel buckles. If you guys want to purchase a Sportstar chin strap like OBJ, they're about $35 on Sportstar's website. Now, as we continue to make our way down, we're going to be talking about OBJ's shoulder pads. For his shoulder pads, OBJ is still rocking the XTech X2 custom shoulder pads. OBJ started wearing these shoulder pads his rookie year with the Giants. XTech shoulder pads are super common amongst the NFL players, especially New York Giants. XTech is based out of New Jersey, which is obviously right in the Giants' backyard, and they are some of the best shoulder pads in the game. They're super customizable, super lightweight, and they're really low profile. Also attached to his XTech X2 shoulder pads, OBJ wears XTech's 5-sided vented backplate. If you guys want to try and replicate OBJ's shoulder pad setup, the pads themselves are $500 and then the backplate is $75, but this is before any of the custom pad options that OBJ might have on his shoulder pad setup, but obviously we can't see that because it's tucked away behind his jersey. So as we continue to make our way down, let's talk about OBJ's arm sleeve. So over the years, OBJ has worn a ton of super insane arm sleeves, but the one he seems to wear the most is the Nike Hyperwarm baseball arm sleeve. So for the last couple seasons, OBJ has been mainly wearing this Nike Hyperwarm baseball sleeve. Of course, yes, it is a baseball sleeve, but OBJ has brought it to the gridiron. So in my opinion, this is a super sweet looking sleeve that'll definitely keep his muscles warm and add to that swag factor. Now, unfortunately for you guys, I can't seem to find this sleeve for sale anywhere. I've checked the baseball websites, I've checked the football websites, eBay. I can't seem to find this exact baseball Hyperwarm sleeve for you guys. So yeah. So what I did do for you guys is I've left a link to all the Nike arm sleeves on eSpace's website. So you guys can check those out. Maybe there's one similar. All right, guys, we've made it to one of my favorite parts of the video. We are going to be talking about OBJ's gloves, all right? OBJ has worn so many gloves this season, but what I'm going to do is I'm only going to cover so far what he's worn with the Rams. So far, he's had 3 games with the Rams. We were filming this video prior to the Monday night Cardinals-Rams matchups. So OBJ has worn an absurd amount of Nike VaporJet 6.0s. So I'm going to try and show you guys as many custom colorways and PEs that he's worn so far with the Rams, but there is a lot of them. A little bit of background about the Nike VaporJet 6.0. This is the latest VaporJet from Nike and released in 2020. It has Nike's super sticky Magnum grip palms, which obviously makes OBJ make all the one-handed catches in the world. So as I said, OBJ has already worn these in a bunch of colorways, but I'm going to try and show you guys and tell you guys about some of the cool colorways that we've seen. So OBJ has worn this really cool black and blue colorway with a really cool palm graphic. I'm pretty sure this is his blah blah graphic, which I'm going to talk about more with the cleats, so definitely keep watching. He recently wore this white pair with some kind of teeth design on the back. I think it has something to do with this Chrome Hearts collab. I don't know too much about Chrome Hearts, but overall it's a really cool pair of gloves. And then he's also worn an all-white pair of Nike VaporJet 6.0s. Nothing too flashy. I think he just kind of wore this one day as a filler because he didn't have any cool PEs to flex on us. Obviously, OBJ is the king of Nike PEs. He has been for the last 4 or 5 years, probably more. But now that OBJ's been in LA for a little bit, I'm sure those crazy yellow, blue, white custom PEs are going to start coming in for him soon. If you guys want to cop a regular pair of Nike VaporJet 6.0s, they're $45. We have an eBay affiliate link for you guys in the description. So now the next thing we're going to talk about in this video is OBJ's leg pads. Leg pads are usually kind of hard to make out, but with OBJ, I think I figured it out for you guys, so I'm obviously going to include it in this video for you. Now for OBJ's thigh pads, I'm pretty sure all he's wearing is the plastic plate of the Nike Hyperstrong girdles. So I'll try and show you guys a picture of that old Nike Hyperstrong girdle. You guys can see it's the same shape. But instead of wearing the actual girdle, I'm pretty sure he just takes the plastic shell off of the pads, or he gets some directly from Nike and uses that. But yeah, a lot of guys in the NFL do this because they're so thin, they're super lightweight, but they still adhere to the NFL's thigh pad rules. So I don't think you guys can buy these Nike thigh pad shells by themselves. So I think what I would do if I were you guys and you really wanted to accomplish this look is I'd get an old Nike Hyperstrong girdle and I'd kind of rip or cut off that thigh pad plate and then you just slide it into your pants. For OBJ's knee pads, I'm pretty sure he's wearing a simple and super small pair of Champro knee pads. So these pads are just these kind of little circles. I'm pretty sure he probably has the JV one, which is even smaller because obviously it's built for JV players, but it helps OBJ adhere to the NFL's policies. If you guys want to get these knee pads, they're like $8 from League Outfitters, which is going to be linked below for you guys, so check them out. So continue to make our way down. You can't talk about OBJ without talking about his iconic scrunched sock look. So as you guys can see, OBJ uses and has popularized the look of these crazy scrunched up socks. For OBJ to accomplish this look, I think he takes the team-issued Nike game socks, and what he does, he puts on one pair, scrunches it up, and then he takes a second pair, cuts off the foot, and uses it as a leg sleeve to bunch it up even more. That's my guess on what he does. Obviously, I have no idea exactly what he does in the locker room before games, before practice, but That's my best guess. But if you guys are interested in accomplishing the same look, we actually made a YouTube video a couple months ago on exactly how to do the exact same look. So you guys can check it out, see how it looks. We used Next Trend's extended length XTD socks. So what those socks are is they're super long, which allows you to bunch them up a whole bunch, and it looked pretty close to OBJ, so definitely check that video out if you guys haven't already. All right, now we've made our way down to the cleats, which is arguably the most exciting part for OBJ. Every single week, this dude is killing with the cleat game. I'm constantly posting him on Instagram because his cleats are just so insane, and the two pairs that I'm going to cover in this video are no different. They're absolutely insane. Nobody else has them. So sick. Let's get into it. So now it's time to talk about OBJ's custom player-exclusive cleat dubbed the Nike Vapor Beckhams. These are a custom Nike cleat built for OBJ and exclusive to only him as of right now. These cleats appear to have a thin, lightweight upper. They have an offset lacing system and OBJ's branding throughout. The most intriguing part about the Vapor Beckham is the traction plate. This is a one-piece traction plate that is something we've never seen before. It seems to be similar to the Nike Vapor Edge, but it's not the same. This unreleased traction plate has several triangle studs and looks like it would perform exceptionally well. Hypothetically speaking, maybe Nike will release this Nike Vapor Beckham to the public next year, or we're going to see the same traction plate on their next line of Vapor football cleats. The next Nike Vapor line is set to drop in 2022. They drop every 2 years a new Nike Vapor line, and these released in 2020, so 2022 should be the next Vapors. All right, so now let's talk about some of the crazy colorways that OBJ has worn in these cleats so far in 3 games with the Rams. So the first pair he wore with the Rams was a salute to service kind of pair. It was kind of a military green with purplish pink accents throughout. It was a really cool looking pair of cleats. He's also worn a mostly black pair and a mostly white pair, just some simple colorways. Then he also wore a really cool mismatched pair that kind of had that same teeth design. I'm not sure if that's a Chrome Hearts collab or what, but it was a really cool design, looked pretty dope. Then he did collaborate with Chrome Hearts on this pair of all blacks with some really cool details. I can't really tell what the details are. I don't know too much about Chrome Hearts. I assume it's some luxury lifestyle brand, but a really cool pair nonetheless. Then lastly, he pulled out an all orange pair against the Packers briefly. He only wore it for a little bit. I assume this is an old Browns colorway. I'm not sure why he tried to wear orange with the blue and yellow Rams uniforms, but yeah. Something I've noticed about the Vapor Beckhams is the reoccurrence of the words blah blah throughout the cleat. Also on the logo of the OBJ, you guys can see the word voice, so I assume that the voice and blah blah somehow connects to OBJ's voice/influence. Overall, these are just a super insane player exclusive for one of the most popular players in the NFL. As I mentioned before, these cleats are exclusive to OBJ, so you guys cannot get your hands on them. Will they release in the public? I don't know. I'd love to see them release, or just something with that new updated traction plate. Either way, really cool pair, but you can't get your hands on them yet. As I said earlier, I'm filming this prior to the Rams-Cardinals game, so if he wears anything cool in that, I'll throw in some cool pictures for you guys right now so you guys can kind of check it out. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to talk about it because I haven't seen the cleats as of right now. So now the final pair of cleats from OBJ that I'm going to talk about in this video is a pair he briefly wore during practice, and that's going to be the Nike Foamposite 1 football cleats, also known as the VaporPosite. OBJ wore these beautiful Nike Foamposite cleats in an amazing blue colorway. During practice, his pair has the old school Vapor carbon plate that he knows and loves so much. As you guys may know, if you guys follow me over on Instagram, lots of Nike athletes got some of these Nike Foamposite football cleats delivered to them this past weekend and wore them in some of the games. So the pairs that these players got were either a white and Galaxy pair or just the Galaxy pair, which is really, really cool. But then OBJ pulled out a blue pair that is absolutely incredible. This blue pair perfectly matches the Rams uniforms, but it's not the first time OBJ has rocked some Foamposite football cleats. Back in 2019, OBJ was rocking the Galaxy Foams before anybody else. OBJ has always been on the cutting edge of equipment, bringing the heat every single week, worked with the Nike designers to bring old classics to the gridiron, and that's what these Foamposites are. And now in 2021 with the Rams, he's back in the Foamposites. Life's good. He's got 2 touchdowns the last 2 games. What more can you ask? He's a beast. I'm unsure if Nike made these Foamposites for OBJ recently or if these are some leftover cleats from his Giants days. Either way, they're showstoppers, some of the best cleats we've seen all season. So there you guys have it. There is a full breakdown on the swaggiest man in the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr. What I want you guys to do now is comment who you guys want to see in the next video. If you guys did enjoy this video, consider like, comment, subscribe for more videos just like this. We're going to keep pumping out these What Players Wear in the Field videos because we love making them. You guys love watching them. My name is Devin, also known as FBE, and thanks again for watching another episode of Footballrs.